Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, my name is BrightOps, and welcome back to Warhammer 40k Mechanicus Heretek. And we're kind of in the final countdown at this point, since yes, we could be doing Scavola jobs, but at this point, and considering the awakening we're at the moment, I just kind of want to see want to pursue the final bosses and bring this series to a respectable conclusion. Let us begin, shall we? The Grand Architect, Prime Captrix reports that the sarcophagus of Natusk has been located in its tomb. Hunt down Lord Natusk, the Grand Architect, and eliminate him. And in exchange we will get these infiltrators to level 3. Which is good. I may have also invested some of our Blackstone into effectively doing some very interesting things with the remaining our tech priests. So they are as good as ever. Armored sarcophagus reported by Skakari forward observation units. Potential high-value target location. Reference Tomb of Natusk. The Grand Architect of the Necrons. Our intelligence suggests he built the Tomb Valley. Surmise he built his own burial place within it. Automated defense is probable. Lord Natusk combat capability unknown. Then assume it is high. Respect the capabilities of the quarry, but not the quarry itself. Gather the horses and hounds. Commence the hunt. Yeah, I can respect that from the text priest logic. Respect the abilities of your enemy, but don't respect the enemy itself. Nifta's sarcophagus is part of a gauntlet of defenses. The Skitari have reported automated gun turrets and traps. Niftusk was ingenious when it came to coming up with ways to kill us. Cornered in its lair, the prey seeks to turn. Terminal resistance probable. It fights unto death. Automated defenses are no hindrance to tech priests. A radium rifle and Lord Tech are his weapons. And Tech-Lore are his weapons. They've been enough of a hindrance to my Skitari. For proof, just count the bodies. I pray you have more luck, Magos. There is no luck. The hunt commences in certainty of the kill. Alright. Deployment 74. Good lord. Looks like a sniping zone. Will be picked off one by one as we cross it. The defenses around Niftusk's sarcophagus chamber open up into a wide space, overlooked by several towers. Try to locate the sniper and shoot it first before moving across the area. Open fire on the towers and move across the area, suppressing any lurking snipers, or run across the area as quickly as possible. Counter-sniping seems a good idea. The cohort chooses caution and watches the towers carefully for any sign of movement. One trooper breaks cover, drawing out a sniper, a Necron with a single glowing eye and a long gas rifle. The rest of the cohort open fire on it and eliminate it, but not before it gets off a wounding hit on the trooper acting as bait. The sniper and the information it would have relayed is gone at some cost. Alright, successful. Like, kinda sucks Artisan Conrad took a bit of a pot shot, but all things considered, acceptable. God damn, this is a long tomb. Didn't even need to look. One was glowing green, one was glowing red. I just picked the good one. A narrow slab, like a low wall, runs much the length of this chamber. 12 tiny statues of various Necron construct forms are standing on the slab, as if being displayed. Each of the small icons is cast in a different alloy, giving each a differing finish and appearance. Their purpose can only be guessed at. Let's see, ascertain if they're made of valuable materials, smash them, or thoroughly search the chamber. The cohort sets about checking the chamber, but in the process they trip a hidden alarm and the room is raked with lasers projected from lenses and hidden openings in the walls. The cohort escape with minor injuries, but alert data is projected into the local neurosphere, summoning Necrons to their location. Yeah, I got greedy. Oh well. Good lord, there's still more. The cohort approaches the section of the tomb separated from the rest by a moat of churning corrosive chemicals. Crossing this defense is essential, but clearly dangerous. Let's see, collapse the ceiling above the moat to form a makeshift bridge of rubble. Wade across the moat, or construct a core bridge from debris. The cohort holds nearby debris from the tomb and creates a rickety span across the moat. They make it across the moat, but just as the last trooper is making the crossing, the bridge collapses. The trooper is plunged into the corrosive moat and holed out after suffering serious burns. Oh, come on. I mean, everyone took damage from that. Come on. The automated turret covers the approaches of the intersection ahead. The product of Niftox's industrialistness is bursting with gauze blasters and tracks constantly for new targets. Find one around, attempt to activate the thing remotely, or approach. I'm gonna try and go around the thing. The cohort seeks a way around the junction, but blunder into the field of fire of another more concealed turret. They realize they have been funneled into a killing zone as they are prepped with gauze fire. Ouch. Alright, not gonna lie, this one's definitely hurt to get this far. Glyphs, I think you're good. Yes, you are. And finally we reach the end. High-value target location confirmed. Sound the horns, the braying commences.
This place is not just a tomb, a shield to protect us in our slumber, a monument to our grandeur. It is all these, but it is much more. I built a machine for grinding down the tomb robbers and desecrators who would defile our graves. I built a place of death that would feed your kind into the killing places I prepared. You stand in one such place. Now, let the machine do its work.
The works of the enemy come thus to light. Appendix, I have no idea how to pronounce that, 73.90. And we shall cast them down, that corrupt by their presence. We shall break the teeth of the Xenos that would swallow us whole.
I am no soulless peasant. I am a lord of the dynasty of Cesaragon, the architect of your galaxy's next million years. A galaxy where your filth will never again set foot.
Ahead lies a structure like a miniature fortress, its battlements manned with legions of sculpted Necron warriors. Painful green light bleeds in from its gateways and murder holes. A pair of doors in the front of the structure shudder and pulse with energy as the being inside runs through the final moments of the tomb's reanimation protocols. Let's see, say a prayer to shield the body against attack, say the incarnation of the blessing of the works of war to lead to the omniscience might of the cohort's weapons, or intone the second ascent words to strengthen the result against mental attack. Let's go with mental. O Omniscire, omniscient Lord of Mars, replace these feeble and inconsistent tides of human thought with the stern and rigid logic of the machine god. Let us fight. I'm gonna be honest, this is probably the first time I've actually fought Niftusk in his own independent area. So this will be interesting. To say the least. Our job, destroy the target. Wait, what was that? Ah, yes, you're connected to pillars, aren't you? Well, that's gonna be fun. Alrighty, let's see what we've got. First things first, we'll move over here just to be prepared for things happening ahead. Alright. Well, we might as well just take this moment to heal everyone up and undo all the damage that coming through this tomb has caused us. Alright, let's see how much health you've got. More than I care for, but acceptable, I guess. See. Ah, you know, despite the ridiculous amount of armor the guy had, it apparently wasn't enough. And I just hit the wrong thing. Oh well. We'll make use of it. Boy, oh boy, I am an idiot. Whoa! Yeah, we've almost completely killed this guy. God damn! All your fancy armor didn't save you from crits, did it? Good lord. Lord Niftusk falls inert, his massively powerful warform finally inflicted with enough damage to cripple and deactivate it. The Grand Architect's death is marked by a shudder throughout the tomb complex, as if the structures built at his command resonate with the force of his destruction. Niftusk's spires will never rise above Sylvia Tempris. Target eliminated. Blood the hounds and take the trophies. Hunt complete. Necron discorporation equals unfortunate. Xenos construction methods equals greatly desire / greatly desire. Regret interrupt. No remains to dissect. The slab grows cold. Life of Saint Mechanicus, Chapter 60. Give thanks only that the enemy has fallen. Care not for his motives, nor for the promise of his teachings. Define him solely by his death, and the gains mankind makes thereby. I return joy at Nephtos' destruction. However, I shall not choose to act upon it. We are not yet finished with this world, and the Necrons have not yet finished with us. Further high-value targets, intelligence still to be acquired. Sylvia Temperance still has prey. I'm not gonna lie, I was not expecting it to be as easy as what just happened. But apparently it is, and here we are. We just wrecked that bastard. Next attack will deal 12 damage. Okay, we can definitely work with that. And finally, the Royal Vizier. Captrix has identified the location of the sarcophagus of Lord Nilob. Enter Nilob's tomb and destroy the Royal Vizier. In exchange, we get the Skitarii Ranger level 3. Acceptable. And we upgrade the Cantrell of the Iron Soul. Let's see who did... Oh yes, it was the Infiltrator we upgraded. What exactly... Hang on. Just out of curiosity, Infiltrator, here we go. What did you... not really sure what it is they actually gained from that upgrade. I'm not sure, so... Guess here we are. You know what, I'll summon it anyway just to see. If for no other reason. Tomb of Nilob Skitarii Intelligence Report analyzed. Sarcophagus location logged. Confirm probability high value target present. Lord Nilob, the Royal Vizier. Our analysis suggests he is a Cryptek, a Necron keeper of arcane technologies, a particularly offensive creature to the Creed Mechanicus. Target solution complicated by imponderables of Xenos technology. Nothing that will hold you back, Prime. Substitution accurate. Flight the arrows and string the bows. The hunt is on. The Tomb of Nilob is an abominable place. There's something about it that degrades the Skitarii stationed there. Hallucinations, mental abbreviations, it's getting worse. Nilob's influence grows as he approaches full reanimation. Target awakening probable, Xenos weaponry certain. If it ends the curse lying on the tomb, Nilob has to die. Curse concept illogical. Nevertheless, Nilob's death is a principal objective for our mission. The hunt is on. Situation analysis, 94.2% chance of hallucination. Necron mind-altering technology equals probable. Fascination intensifies. The area ahead appears to exist in two realities at once. The oppressive Tomb of Nilob and a grotesque carnal landscape of heaped human bodies beneath clouds of carrion birds. Let's see, to stop and fumigate the area with sacred incest to banish the stain of corruption. Stride on regardless, the Scions of Mars shall overcome this attempt to shake their resolve. Or stop and prayer to strengthen the Tech Priest's resolve. Proceed. The valor of the tech priests is not enough to starve off the horrors of the visions, which increase in scale and intensity to billions of corpses heaped across whole continents of death. By the time they leave the area of the hallucinations, they are severely affected by the sensory onslaught. Oh well. What if we... I don't think I've tried this one yet. What have we got? Not a good one. That is not a good glyph. Not a good glyph at all. Come on, pushing forward. Time is a factor. More hallucinations. An enemy in front of me I can shoot, but when they get into your mind... Dozens of tiny mouths open up on the flesh of one of the troopers, glibbering and cackling as they pronounce the imminent doom of every human on Sylvia Tempris. Use ritual and prayer to banish this corruption from the afflicted trooper. Shout down the infernal gibbering in the hopes the hallucination will cease. Try to get some more sense out of the mouths, perhaps they have something useful to say. Exorcism seems like the good idea. The cohort kneel around the trooper and begin the Griffonian invocation, calling upon the Omnissiah to banish the Xenos influence. With a concerted scream, the mouths disappear as the hallucination is banished. Yeah, asking the hallucination if it has something good to say, not a good idea. That's not going to end well, let's be honest. Alright, three more rooms than the final boss. Fall into the mortal threat of the enemy versus Fumimatus 59.31. The broken in body can blame the bullet or the sword, but the broken in mind have all creation to curse. In the chamber head lies the Skitarii trooper, laying curled up on the tomb floor. Though apparently unhurt, the trooper is all but comatose and barely responds to the tech priest's presence. Leave the trooper be and pass on their location to other nearby units. Question the trooper about what brought them to the States, or render medical assistance to the stricken trooper. Leave him be, we'll pass on the location. The cohort relays the downed trooper's position to nearby Skitarii. They move on rapidly and soon hear the trooper is picked up by a passing patrol, which is also able to fend off some Necron warriors who were shadowing the cohort as they advanced. Alright. Just we don't really have... If they've not hurt, but they've mentally been scarred, there's not much in the way of technology that can fix that. At least not without taking a lot of time and effort. Hallucinations again. They're getting more and more common and more intense. Nilob is trying to defend himself by breaking our spirits before we reach him. The corpse of Skitarii appears floating in mid-air in the chamber ahead. The dead trooper's body is profilated by several huge ugly glass blasts, and he hovers above the ground with arms outstretched as if offering a blessing. Chemical enlightenment. Remotely activate the cohort's steam injectors to reset their sensory input and cause them to stop seeing the vision. Disregard the hallucination entirely. It is not worth slowing the cohort's pace to deal with it. Pray to the Omnissiah to banish the vision. Let's see. You know what? Chemical enlightenment seems the way to go here. The remote sim activation refreshes the cohort's sensory augmentations, but their vision remains. The hallucination turns out to be a real Skitarii corpse, strung up by the Necrons for some unknown reason. Meanwhile, the cohort's coordination is negatively affected by purging the mission data from their augmentations. Yeah, I kinda suspected that was actually be real, but... oh well, you never can tell. Oh good, that actually healed the damaged servitor from earlier. Sweet. In the very heart of Nilob's tomb is an immense sarcophagus of polished black stone covered in dense hieroglyphics, like a vast monument to the profane knowledge of the Necrons. The balefulu influence of the Royal Vizier weighs heavy, as if the planet's gravity suddenly increases around Notlob's burial place. High-value target location probable. Clode Venerator in effect. The prey will turn at the praying. New input device detected. Greatly desire. Hieroglyphic upload / linguistic sample / full architect survey. No, Scavola. There is no goal here save the destruction of the Xenos. The sarcophagus opens and the great dark form of Royal Vizier Nilob emerges, accompanied by a wave of maddening screech data.
Did you think you could enter this place of wisdom without my knowing? I have watched you since you dared breach the orbit of our world. I have heard every footstep you made while desecrating our tombs. I have felt every injury done to our legions. The time has come for your impudence to be repaid.
I can see why he was made Vizier. He's got the voice for it. High-value target confirmed. Let's slip the hounds of logic.
These stars were ours before the first of you drew breath. They still are. And when the last of you is gone, they forever will be.
Fights. Oh boy. Well, that's new. Kill Lord Milob. Alright. We'll work on it. Actually, first Infiltrator, bring him forward. And a Servitor. Alright. Let's see. As much as I want to scan this thing, I can't help but feel like we'd somewhat benefit from... Oh, wait. Yeah, we can't actually reach the anything in melee range right now. Guess we'll just pump the armor out and hope like hell. Let's see, can we get... Yes, we can. Some additional cognition, just for the sake of it.
Your manner of warfare is intriguing, but inefficient. Logged for future reference.
Alright, I forgot that you bloody steal cognition, don't you? Like an asshole. Yeah, everyone else can have some cognition to play with. And you're dead. So you become untargetable. I'm not entirely sure what benefit you got. Maybe you have a bit more health and armor? And we will wait until wall goes down, which I'm hoping happens shortly. Okay, wall is down. Good. Good, good, good. Ah, so you're actually nothing. You're not a panel to be scanned or anything. Alright, I guess. And good, the actual thing carries on even after... even if we didn't attack during that turn. So yep, we'll restore some cognition. Just because we can. And I'll give Oathmaster Superior something to play with in a bit. Wait, no. Don't want to do both, just one will do. And you're dead. Fantastic. Let's see, Superior. Annoyingly, we don't actually gain anything from bloody... We can't actually just really push the advantage because the damn wall's there. And you're gonna steal our stuff.
You still possess vessels of flesh, so primitive, so exceptionally fragile.
Yep. There goes the cognition, you bastard. Still, we'll make use of it. And if nothing else, at least they can't really get any shots off on us either. Which is annoying, but understandable if nothing else. Let's see, where are you going? What are you gonna do? Alright, that service is now paid for it. Paid his additional thing. Ranger, welcome to the field. Actually, I'll summon 2. And another servitor just for kicks. One attack, 2 attack. And a free dodge, just for the sake of it. See, steal some cognition there, which allows me just to move and grab these 2. And move forward just a little bit more. Oh look, he summoned more help. Whoop-de-doo. Alright, let's be rid of you at least. Makes life just that little bit easier. And a quick, you know what, a quick scan just to see what your actual stats are. Okay. Excuse me.
How did you only phase primates, even master space travel?
Okay, so you're starting to move forward. Alright. Come on, Lex Mechanic, we've got progress to make. Enemies to fight. And a free point of cognition to grab. Let's see how that pans out. If nothing else, I feel like if nothing else, it gives a potential target to be shot at by the jump pack boys. Forward. Now we'll let things happen. Alright, that servitor did his job well. He earned 3 more, at least triple the price it took to actually bring him to the field, so good progress. And oh look, another one. Alright. Let's see what damage we can deal to you. And a quick taunt there, just because why not? Lay some groundwork for us. We can also wait just a little bit longer for safety's sake. And we push forward, ever onwards. Okay, there you are. And good, you went for the servitor. Granted, we're about to lose that cognition point, but eh.
Even insects can threaten in a swarm. That is the respect I will give you. That due to insects.
Ah, to hell with it. The swing's gonna be free anyway, so... Okay, that was just awesome. Oh, that was amazing. That was just... Alright, we can't plant you there because reasons. Guess we'll have you fall back to try and distract that boy. Oh yes, I forgot about you. Alright, and just for the sake of it, go to hell. As for why I just did that, well, there is logic to the madness. Namely, the logic of wanting to do this. Might as well clear our way path of the things trailing behind us. And just for the sake of it, all the tech priests have some additional armor. We don't want the enemy having a free shot. Yep, another jump pack trooper. No surprise there. Yeah, you're not going to be much assistance to us going forward, but who cares? And honestly, perfectly acceptable use of a servitor. If for no other reason than because it just literally ate the opportunity attack. So you're not going to be a problem for anyone else. Good. Okay, bit of damage there. Bit more. Your fancy energy armor's not gonna save you this time, you whiny little bugger. Oh, right, out of cognition. Alright, hold on. Can fix. Just wondering why I couldn't get closer to him. And thwack. I do believe he's now immobilized. Good. Now into the fray, we've got to finish this prick. Alright. Yeah, this seems like the time. Everyone gets a bit of healing, everyone gets cognition. And we ensure a death. Now granted, what I'm about to do is probably, one could argue, is incredibly overkill, but well, I don't really care. And Milob is dead. Very dead.
Mindless tragedy, infinite shame. All I have collected in the hands of these animals.
I feel like there's meant to be a message here, but it didn't pop up. There we go. Nilob falls, his arcane Necron war gear spraying sparks and waves of radiation. His war form fractures and he collapses to the tomb floor in front of his sarcophagus. The hallucinogenic pall over the tomb of Nilob finally lifts, and the vizier of Sylvia Temperis is no more. High-value target eliminated. The corpses are bloodied. Hunt accomplished. The royal vizier is dead. Already his tomb becomes less hostile to our forces. Location ref. Tomb of Nilob. Concept overflow interrupt. Data volumes undefended. Ripe/perfect/immemoratory suitable for intelligence acquisition. Taken under advisement, Tech Inquisitor. No, Magos, the corruption of the tomb must not spread further. Alalian Commentaries, Chapter 94. We fight the foe's battle for him when we take his words into our hearts. Logic dictates consolidation of our victories and a strengthening of the Skitarii hold of the Tomb of Milob. Other considerations are secondary. Captrix, continue gathering intelligence on high-value targets. Milob was not the last. The quarry has fallen. The hounds are at rest. There will come another hunt. Yep, and that's the final one. And it will finally allow us to test something when we finally get to gaze upon Shazargond, or however you pronounce his goddamn name. Yes, I know we've seen it before, and had it pronounced before, but it's still a pain in the ass. Because of its inhuman nature. Yes, it seems that for every lord you eliminate is one less you have to fight when you go for the final boss. And just for the record, who did we... Let's see, you're good. You're alright to do... Ooh, not bad at all. I feel like we're missing something, but I'm not entirely sure what. Because there's a missing panel here that should be filled by something. But I'm going to have to take a quick break, just because of real-life issues, but I will be back and we will finish this episode off today. 1 second. And we're back. I will admit, normally the last... I would have made the first 2 bosses be an episode all on their own, but honestly, there's only Overlord Shazragon left, and he's not worth an episode dedicated solely to him. So let's do this. Twilights of the Gods. The Tomb of Sharagon has finally been discovered. Enter the tomb and destroy Overlord Shazragon, Master of the Tomb Complex, Necrons, and the ultimate source of the threat posed by Sylvia Tempris. A shame we were never able to get a full team of tech priests, but... oh well. What's happened, happened, and... we will deal. Yeah, this'll do. Everyone comes along. Levivations 9.22. Knowledge will ever be a blessing and a curse. We have uncovered the tomb of this world's overlord, and it will soon be awake. It seems there is but one course of action open to us. Haste equals no, Lector Dogmatis. Tomb of Shazargon equals +++ potential. Enough. Videx is right. I return equal parts determination and horror at the knowledge Overlord Shazargon lies within. If there is anything I have learned at the altar of the Omnissiah, it is that this Xenos must die. Statement acceptance, if that is your will, Magos. My will does not matter. It is the will of the Omnissiah. Shazragon is the catalyst, Magos. As he stirred in his sleep, so the Necrons began to wake. Now he has risen, every Necron on this damned planet is climbing out of its sarcophagus. That is why it has to be done now. High-value targets profile fragmentary. Overlord Shazragon capabilities unknown. Reanimation probable. Xenos weapon probable. Xenos weaponry probable. Extreme combat capability probable. I expect Shazargon to be more than an equal of anything we have faced on this world, but it would be the greatest dereliction of my duty if we left this world with the Overlord alive. Hunt solution calculated. Speed, Fury, Faith. Code Venerator Omega. It's all my Skitarii can do to keep a foothold in the tomb. We can get your cohort inside, but that's it. If the will of Mars is with us, that is all we will need. The hounds hunger, the spear yearns, the hunt is on. It's time to end this at last. The image of Overlord Shazragon looms huge in the neurosphere, as if his physical form has a corresponding information halo that infects the very information in the air. The dread and disorientation this causes threatens to degrade the cohort's battle effectiveness. Have the cohort enact a painful self-regulation ritual to purify their minds through pain. Have the cohort perform a prayer session to steel their minds against his presence. Counter his appearance with data prayers broadcast into the local neurosphere. Sacredness, that's the way to go. Though the terrifying image of Shazragon is undimmed, the cohort are at least able to focus their minds through prayer enough to concentrate on the mission at hand. Good start, very good start. And more good news. Woo. Yep, they know we're here now. Another green. All good. All good. See, this one was empty. To the next. Alright, the awakening's happened.
Such precocious ambition for such a young and insignificant race. Like insects with pretensions to build palaces from dirt. What do you think you will do with your weak, fleshly bodies and your fanatical devotion to gods that never were? What do you imagine you will make of this galaxy?
The voice of Overlord Shazragon booms from every voxcaster and comlink in the tomb, creating a deafening crescendo that is nevertheless undistorted and clear. We will build an Imperium that will never fall. We will exterminate all Xenos and rule as the sole lords of the galaxy. We will advance the human race as a species as perfect as the machine. Perfection it is.
What do you know of the machine? Your terror of innovation has left you enthralled to decay and ignorance. The rusted hulk of Mars is a monument not to the machine, but to your own slow death. The Necrons have attained the perfection you seek, and will ascend to heights still greater when you have all died out.
Yep, they've got the initiative. That's fine. Hypothesis. Council Chamber / Audience Hall. The magnificence of the tomb of Shazragon reaches a crescendo in this chamber, where the walls are encrusted with statues of Necron lords, each with eyes glowing with some inner power. Concentrate rings of the hieroglyphics over the floor. Let's see, examine for useful resources and intelligence, pray here to counter the unholiness, or do as much to the thing as possible. Smash him.
Respond to the unknown with undirected violence. The definition of the animal, of the savage.
One of the troopers goes to behead one of the statues with a radium rifle stock, but the impact is returned with a flash of kinetic energy that throws the trooper across the chamber. The voice of him oozes through the neurosphere. Alright.
Every moment I learn more about you, the more I understand how to hate. This rage, this disgust that you feel at everything different from yourselves. That is what I feel for you. What quality, what virtue do your kind have? that makes you deserving of anything but extinction.
Let's see. Transmitted every soul in and around his tomb, in trace of thoughts that seem to originate from the thinker's own brain. Our resilience in the face of constant threats of extinction, the determination to conquer the scars, our unshakable piety and faith.
How can you understand your own extinction when you are as children, with barely a few thousand years of starfaring to your name? You cannot comprehend the threats that bear down on you even now. When your light is snuffed out, it will be as if you never existed.
Alright, everyone take some damage. We can fix that easily enough, though, so... Oh well. We're here. I can feel it, Magos, the unholiness of this place, the corruptive heart of Sylvia Tempest. Run analysis interrupt, neurosphere infection / corruption / contamination, speculation, hatred / inhumanity given form. There are not words enough in all the scripture I have stored to prepare us for this. High value target confirmed.
Magos Fastidius, I see you do not come in person. No matter, when your pawns are dead, I shall deal with you next. Nothing is beyond my reach, certainly not you.
Overlord Shazragon, yours will be the fate of all Xenos. Extinctions at the hands of a species you underestimated. You have tried to break our spirit, but you failed. Now it is our turn.
I will show you what it means to know fear, and stare your annihilation in the eye.
And we will show you what happens when you cross swords with humankind. I've said this before, and I will say it again. The voice acting they did for the Necron Lords, spot on. Just amazing. It's finally time to kill the Overlord himself. And just for the sake of it, we shall bring as many Skatari units as we can.
Your fate was decided thousands of years ago, yet still you fight. What fury there is in your ignorance.
Oh, you can teleport. I was unaware you could do that.
Is this how you hope to destroy us, Fastidius? With tricks and trinkets?
Well, he hits like a truck and moves around pretty damn quick, but... if nothing else, I think we're not in completely terrible position. Alright, first things first, heal everyone. Get that cognition up. hang on, before anything else, let's... Might as well just boost this thing to full potential damage. If for no other reason than to try. I'm kind of banking on him not, you know, him teleporting around to just smack someone else. Though he doesn't have an interrupt, which is interesting. Good to know. And just for the sake of it, quick chat. Alright, let's see what we can do. Yep, we can get this off without actually hitting an ally. Great. Quick thing, just for the sake of it. Quick heal, also for the sake of it. And armor. We'll also pull back to allow others to move in and have a smack of their own. See, and if we can get this quick jab in, I think he'll be downed, and I think he'll be dead. He'll be dead before the turn's out. It's just a question of if it's going to be the Lex Mechanic or this particular Skitarii Vanguard. I guess we're about to find out. Vanguard it is. You know what? Perform 2 attacks, go nuts. See, not worth his own video. Overlord Shazragon collapses, raw data spilling from his ruptured war form. The information howl that goes up from the tombs of Sylvia Tempest is an awful death wail of utter abandonment. Many reports from the planet are mentioning Necron squads are locking down into guard protocols that make little strategic sense. It appears they are not able to think on their own. Sheriff Zergan and his lords must have been delegating orders all this time. It is done, brothers. The threat has been ascertained and neutralized. My new revolts overflow with relief and exultation. Mission complete. By the thrones of Mars, I never thought I would witness such a thing. The scriptures were true. There are horrors in this galaxy that only faith and steel can overcome, and that we should be grateful we shall never fully understand. Statement disagreement. There will be plus others like Shazragon. Possibility equals worse. Gleam every dartrum equals never be unprepared again. Enough. My work on this planet is done. The Adeptus Mechanicus can decide what is to be done with Sylvia Tempest now. I wish to return to Mars. I wish to rest. Rest and pray, Magos. ++ study data recovered. Secrets still to be uncovered. Imperative. Always learn, always seek, never rest. These are matters for the future. For now, let us return. Prep the ship for warp transit. Consecrate the dead, comfort the wounded, and leave this accursed world.
I could no longer deny the hatred of the Xenos as counseled by Lector Dogmatus Videx. My disgust of the Necrons overflowed my emotional containment. Scavola's heresies tempted me, but I saw them for what they were. I knew, as Videx did, the Necrons had to be destroyed. With the generators located and made vulnerable beneath the tomb of Neftusk, we had our target. At Videx's summons, Metallican warships descended on the world and unleashed the Omnissiah's fury. The release of energy from the breached generators triggered a chain reaction through the crust and mantle of Silver Tenebris. The planet tore itself apart in a seismic cataclysm. Untold swathes of Xenos knowledge were obliterated. I did not weep for their loss. The tombs of the Necron Lords were annihilated in the planet's death throes. The Necrons were reduced to ash. They threatened the Imperium of Man and the authority of the Omnissiah. This was our revenge.
And there we have it. Oh, credits and all that. Good. There we have it. That is the end of this series. I might revisit Mechanicus in the future if another DLC comes out. But until then, I think we'll let this series rest and let others play it and see how they handle it. But until next time, my name is Bright Ops, and I look forward to hearing from you. Take care.